I bet you're all wondering, why is he getting rid of those Vossen wheels, which he says he loves pretty much every day on social media? And there's a very good reason for that. Hello guys, and welcome to this Volks Wizard video, which today is a workshop video in which we're going to attend to what I think are two of the Mark 8 Golf's greatest weaknesses. Firstly, we're going to get rid of that nasty, cheap manual bonnet strut and fit a proper hydraulic one, and then I'm going to reveal to you guys my brand new set of wheels, which are a more affordable alternative to the standard 18-inch Richmond wheels than the very beautiful Vossen HF2s that I've been running for the last 6 months. So without any further ado, let's show Wolfsburg how this car really should have left the factory. Okay, before we get started on replacing the strut, I just want to remind you guys that Volks Wizard is primarily a used car dealership specialising in VW Group vehicles. So if you've got anything to sell in good condition with a full service history, then please do get in touch. Just email at andrew@volkswizard.co.uk. I'll get back to you promptly with a yes or a no, and if it's a yes, a price, and I'll come and get the car. You don't have to bring it to me, although that would be helpful. It doesn't have to be a GTI or an R, it doesn't even have to be a performance model. Anything right now will be better than nothing. For car dealers, it's actually worse than it was under COVID for selling cars, because there just aren't any cars around to sell. So if you can help a small business by selling me your car, then please do. Also, please do subscribe to this channel, because subscriptions are really, really important. Right, onto the strut. I've got it right over here. Okay, here is the strut kit ready to be fitted. It's made by Racingline in Milton Keynes, one of the most respected Volkswagen Group tuners in the world. It was released today, Friday the 17th of September 2021, and is available from all good Racingline agents right across the world. To find out where your nearest one is, just go to racingline.com. It costs £70.80 for UK buyers. That's £59 plus VAT, and for that you get a very carefully calibrated strut with the Racingline logo on it. The calibration is really important, because if you don't get it right, the bonnet can be too weak, or it can lift with too much energy and just almost smack you on the chin. You also get this upper mounting, which is very, very important, because some other kits mount to the bonnet, but I'm not convinced holes like this one or that one can take all the force they need to support one of these. So instead of that, Racingline have very cleverly decided to replace this nut on the bonnet striker pin with the upper mount. All you need is a 10mm spanner or socket to get that off and to put that on. So that's really, really easy. And what makes life even easier is that the lower mount is there from the factory. So this is where the Mark 7 7.51 mounts. For the moment, they're giving that to you free on a Mark 8. Maybe that'll get deleted in time, but we're going to make full use of that today. So yeah, in theory, it's very, very easy. Let me show you how easy it really is. Okay, so first up, 10mm ratchet onto this bolt. Do not drop it, because you know you're never going to find it however long you take. And then get the upper mount. Just get it on the threads first by hand. It's going on most of the way anyway. And then swap your ratchet round to tighten. I haven't got a specific torque setting for that, but it doesn't really need to be stupidly tight. You'll feel it, tighten it, and then leave it at that, I think. And now the strut. So I think we have the solid section of the strut at the bottom, because this mounting is in line with the body. So literally it's got a little clip on there, a spring clip, that it should just push on. Let's find out. Yep. And then you can just turn the upper mounting by hand just to line it up with the bonnet one. Okay, I'm just going to release this manual strut now. We'll take that off in a second, don't you worry. And there we go. Let's just try it. Actually, on reflection, it might be best to remove the manual stay before you shut the bonnet, because there's a possibility that when this is down, the strut will interfere with it. So let's just do that. It's really easy. Just lift it up, twist it anti-clockwise while you pull it forwards. And that is out. Now, the proper test of this new part is to actually lift the bonnet up while I'm holding a camera, which has been very, very difficult when I've been filming this car in the past. Let's do that now. Let's see how it shuts first. So again, it's important that it gets to this sort of point and will just go down by itself, and then it will shut as well. There won't be too much resistance when it lands on the catch. So let's just see. Perfect. Right. Let's try and do this with a camera in my hands. So just put your hand in there. You still have to do this. Move that catch to the left. And at this point, it starts to take its own weight, which is very OEM feeling. And it opens by itself. Isn't that a joy to behold? I know it's a shame that Volkswagen decided not to do this from the factory, but for £70, 80p, just spend the money and put that to one side and start enjoying your Mark 8 Golf like you should do. A couple of little things I want to point out. Volkswagen didn't save any money by going for a manual strut, because they also gave us an extra striker pin and an extra catch. And if you work out the cost of this and this and this, it's actually more than buying the hydraulic strut from the Mark 7 7.5. Also, in other markets, I think Japan, probably markets where they're not subject to the same EU crash regulations, the Mark 8 comes with exactly the same setup as the Mark 7. So you have a centre striker pin, a centre catch. Anyway, now let me reveal to you guys my new set of wheels from a Mark 8 Golf GTI CLUBSPORT. Okay, I bet you're all wondering, why is he getting rid of those Vossen wheels, which he says he loves pretty much every day on social media? And there's a very good reason for that. I love them so much, I can't put them through the rigours of a UK winter. It's mid-September now. Within a couple of weeks we could start having frosts, and that means the gritters will be out chucking corrosive road salt on our roads, and that's not good for any wheel. But the Vossen HF2 is a very, very intricate wheel. It's got polish bits where other wheels don't have polish bits, and even a top wheel refurbisher like Prestige Wheel Centre, who are actually the Vossen importers to the UK, cannot refurbish that wheel to original standards. So I thought it best just to put them in their boxes nice and clean with some sealant on them, and then dig them out when the gritters have been put away for the spring. In the meantime, I've got some other wheels which are roughly half the price. They're easy to refurbish, and I think a lot of people, judging by Instagram, will possibly think they look even better than the Vossen HF2s. Let me get the car out and show you exactly what I've gone for. Okay guys, well, what do you think of my new wheels then? I'm sure many of you guys will have already recognised them as the ever popular R360 wheel, again from Racingline. These ones are in gunmetal grey, a very dark grey. They also come in gloss black and star silver. Size-wise, they're actually just like the Vossens, 19-inch diameter, 8.5 inches wide, offset of ET44. That's a very important figure, because if you're considering ordering the factory option wheels, please bear in mind they're only 8 inches wide and they have an offset of ET50, which means they're set further into the arch. It's only 6mm, but it has a massive effect on the stance of the car. And these R360s and the Vossens fill the arches much more convincingly. Another benefit of going aftermarket rather than factory option 19s is that they're a lot cheaper to replace. A set of these is only £1,318.80. That's 4 wheels. If you go to VW and you need to replace a wheel, it could be well over £1,000. I know a Pretoria 19-inch wheel is about £1,400 for just one wheel. If you need to replace one of these, just divide 1,318.80 by 4. That's under £350. It's not even worth refurbishing them at that price. Another benefit of going aftermarket is that you get your 18-inch wheels that the car came on as spares. So if it does snow, I will roll out those nasty original Richmonds and fit them with some Goodyear all-season tyres. But if it doesn't snow, the Goodyear Eagle F1 asymmetric 5s I fitted to the car with the Vosens back in March will be just fine. They're a great all-rounder. They've been great through the summer. They'll really come into their own though when it's a bit colder and a little bit wetter, which won't be very long now, seeing as it's mid-September. Other things I like about these wheels is that they look very OEM, and Racingline deliberately tried to create that look with these wheels. Firstly, they're very heavily inspired by a Lambo wheel, which, how can that be bad? It's also a Volkswagen Group brand as well. And what I also like is that even though you have to fit new wheel bolts, which do come with the wheels, the original Volkswagen nut caps fit on there perfectly, so it looks very OEM. They also show off the brakes really nicely. They're probably a bit better for cooling as well for the brakes because there's a lot of air around them. They can only be so spindly because they're heat treated. And I also like the fact that they're very easy to clean, just 10 spokes and very easy to get round them. Weight-wise, they're 10.5 kilograms, which isn't massively light, but bearing in mind, it's quite a strong wheel. They're designed to be used on the road, and if you've ever driven in the UK, you'll know you need to have a strong wheel. So hopefully, guys, you can understand my justification for going for these wheels. Anyway, guys, thank you as ever for watching this Volkswizard video. If you've enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. Please do comment, please do share. As ever, please do click that subscription button and that bell icon. It all means a lot to a small channel like this. And I'll see you for the next video very soon, which should be the track day video with Mr. Joe Achilles.
Hey guys, welcome to this Volkswagen.
Oh, got you. An Audi R8. I've been out with Joe Achilles today and he's taught me some bad habits. And me going off track in this. Whoa! See you soon.